Hi, this is Lawrence Zanuck at Home Seller, Home Buyer Podcast. Thank you for joining us today so you can learn about Home Buyer Episode 26, Buy the Worst House on the Best Block. As the real estate market heats up in many markets, we sometimes forget what's happened in the past. We get caught up in the house search and the desire to own. Some buyers even forget the old real estate adage, location, location, location. So it helps if you step back for a second, look into the future. Think about the home you want to buy now and imagine yourself selling it years later. What problems might you face then? If you take this into consideration, you might avoid making a mistake that all too many people make, buying or building the best house on the block. For example, consider the fate of what might become a conspicuously large house for sale in an Atlanta suburb. A few years ago, at the top of the market, the owners purchased a small fixer-upper and then renovated and significantly expanded it. Once completed, the owners tried to sell their McMansion in one of the worst real estate markets ever. After a year without success, they had to lower the asking price multiple times and ultimately walked away with a big loss. The fact that they bought at the top of the market and tried to sell during a decline in values certainly didn't help. But it wasn't the only factor by any means. On one side of the house was an apartment building, on the other sat a home that was a very, very bad eyesore. The proximity of these two properties should have been a warning to the owners. Don't supersize your house when it's surrounded by properties that aren't at least equal in value. Instead, the owners had gotten caught up in the market frenzy. They didn't think about what would happen when it came time to sell. Look at comps. In today's market, potential buyers, having weathered the real estate bust and the recession, should take one look at the biggest, best house on the block and say to themselves, no way. From an investment standpoint, owning the biggest house on the block has never been a good strategy. Home values in a neighborhood are intertwined because comps are so important in determining how to price and what to pay for a home. So the value of your McMansion will be limited if it is surrounded by homes of considerably lesser value. For similar reasons, you should avoid buying a house on a block with a parking garage, one full of apartment buildings or rented homes. It is thought that renters don't care for the properties where they live, as are absentee property owners. Their indifference can only hurt the value of nearby homes. Buy the worst home on the best block instead. A better strategy, no matter what kind of market, is to buy the worst home on the best block. You can always improve the property and therefore increase its value. And because it's on a great block, improvements you make to the home will practically guarantee to give you a top return on your investment. Just don't get carried away and turn the worst house on the block into the biggest and most expensive one either. The best place to be is in the sweet spot, right in the middle. Thank you for listening to the Home Buyer Episode 26 about buying the worst house on the best block. We're grateful for the time you have taken to listen to this podcast and look forward to your input on what you would like to hear in future podcasts. You can find the show notes at homesellerhomebuyer.com, and you can leave your comments, questions, and suggestions by using the Contact Us button in the upper right-hand corner of the website, or you can email us at info@homesellerhomebuyer.com. Tell your family, friends, and coworkers about Home Seller Home Buyer. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy day to listen to Home Seller Home Buyer. Catch us on the next episode. Thank you for listening so you can stay informed.